Okay, good morning, everybody. Today we're looking at IMRA. It's looking pretty good. We've got a low here of 286, a high of 390. Nice run up, good volume. So it's looking pretty good. Right below or right above that VWAP line. We've got ATXI, another good run up with good volume and some good price action here, going from about 257 to a high of 347. So again, we've got the good range. We've got Lays, another good run up here, about $4 to 530. So it's got some good range. The price action's looking very consistent. Volume's looking pretty consistent as well. I'm a little less excited about this one because, we saw yesterday that this basically did nothing all day, and the pre-market looked very similar. So I'm not expecting huge things out of Lays here, but we might see something good out of it. FNHC, it's happening again. The stock is moving, so hopefully we see some good price action on this so we can take some good plays. Yesterday it was pretty big, so hopefully that can happen again. SEV, not a lot of price action, not a lot of volume. The range is $1.90 there to 210, so it's a pretty tight range as well. EAR, a good run up in the pre-market. Looks like it's consolidated basically back down to its baseline here for the starting of the day. We're below that 200 EMA, so I'm not super bullish on this one. FNGR, we see this run pretty consistently, even with pre-market data looking terrible. So we might see a move out of FNGR here either way. So we'll just have to keep an eye on that. We also have another one popping up, GEHI. Nothing in the pre-market, but it's top of the list right now. So I'm going to go ahead and keep it open. I don't know what it's going to look like on open. The range so far looks like it could be okay if it gets some volatility on open, but we'll have to see. So we're watching the market open now. We see IMRA dropping down to 200. We want to take a play off that close to the 200 if we can. IMRA. So we're going to be basically looking for a 350 entry, maybe 348. Let's just say 350. We're going to go with a 380 PT. And then a 340 stop should be. Let's give it a 338. I want to get below that support line there, so go through 338. That gives us a tiny bit of room below that. So anywhere between, maybe 352 to 348 is going to be a good place to jump in on IMRA. Oh crap, what did I do here? There we go. Oh man, I really messed that up, whatever I did. Let's just back it all up here. Okay. IMRA. Just messed up my ledger somehow. First trade of the day, already messing it up. ATXI is running, so let's go ahead and jump into ATXI as well. Probably 340 if we can. It's going to be what we aim for here. I'm going to go for 380 on it again. We're going to go for a 3. I want to have a fairly loose stop on this. Maybe like, man, if we're getting a 340 or higher, it's going to be kind of hard, but I guess we'll just go with something safe for now. We'll go for a 330 stop. Give it about 10 cents. You could give it maximum probably 12 to 15 if you get up on it a little higher. But yeah, we don't really have enough room to get down to below VWAP here with the stop. So we'll have to do or deal with this however we can. 364 looking good. Not looking too bad there. I'm going to take some profits here. I did jump in a little high. Taking some profits. ATXI 375-ish. I don't know if we quite hit 375, but around that area, anywhere above 370 is looking pretty good. So I'll happily take some profits there. MIRA is coming down to that 348 level, so that's kind of where we were looking to get in. So we haven't gotten in yet. 347, 348 is the area. We're hoping for a bounce off the 200. ATXI down a little bit. Lays actually has a little bit of volatility here, which is nice to see. We are down pretty good here, 490 to a high there, 514. The range is still not great on it, but we'll have to see what we can get out of that. FNHC is looking pretty good as well. I would like a 200 EMA bounce off this. I think we're kind of too high on it right now to buy in. Lays is looking pretty good where it's at. I know this could be a kind of a trap. We could get stuck in Lays forever again, but I think it's worth a shot. I would like to look at getting it about 495. Gonna go for at least 530 to start, but again, that's kind of far away. We'll say 529 because that's where I have that resistance line. And then we're gonna go with a 480 stop, I think. What's 480? Now, you know what? Let's go 470 because we can get in a little lower here. So instead of 495, we'll go on 490, give it 20 cents. A 470 stop. That gives us plenty of room below that 200, and hopefully we'll be safe on that. IMRA looking like it's bouncing nicely here up to 354. ATXI all the way 375 or higher, so we're looking good here, almost 380. So if you were waiting for 375 or more, you can go ahead and take some profits here. 385 on its way back down now. So ATXI's definitely got the most volatility and range here. Making sure I don't fall behind on anybody saying anything. Okay, good. SEV is not doing a whole lot. EAR is not doing a lot. Finger, it's got some price action, which is good. We saw it dip down to the 200 at 885, up to 913. So it's not really, it doesn't have a lot of range there. Gotta make sure I put in Lays on the ledger. So it looks like we're bouncing off this 490 area. Okay, ATXI still pretty high there. We saw 385 at the top. IMRA bouncing nicely here off the 200. Beautiful bounce. Now we got some resistance to get through. We've got the 9 EMA, then we go to resistance line at 354. Then we got the 20 EMA, and 361 is going to be some resistance as well. Almost up at 360. Once we hit 360 on this, we can look at taking a little bit of profit. Or around 360. Okay, what else we got? BMRA is popping up, so we can look at that. This is not going anywhere, so it's on a downtrend right now, but that doesn't mean it always will be. Range is, let's say, 470 to 530, so no, it's not too bad. We can keep it open for now, I guess. We'll keep finger open as well. I think I'm gonna actually probably get rid of EAR here pretty quick. Let's actually APR's got some decent price action too. EPLT, nothing there. BRLT, oh, there we go. Looks like it could curl up here. We're looking at $6.45 to $7, so that's not a bad range. We'll leave it at that for now. ATXI back down to the 20 EMA here at 345. This could be a potential entry point again. We could see a further dip down to VWAP, but we're breaking a lot of resistance at that point. IMRA is hitting that 360 area where we said we want to take some profits, so let's go ahead and secure a little bit here. $361, $362, something like that. I mean, I think it went up to as high as 364 there. So, I mean, if you got at the top, 364, looking pretty good. Lays just about to touch that $5. ATXI, nice bounce off the 20. All right, we're seeing some volatility on FNHC here. It doesn't look like it wants to break that 40-cent mark so far. We could buy it at 40 cents, but that stop would be at least 2 cents down. So I kind of want to wait for a breakdown onto the 200 here. Maybe we'll see it. If we do, could be good for us. The MRA does look like it wants to curl up here. The range is not exactly great. That's the thing that kind of bothers me about this. So maybe we give it a minute and see. Lays 512, 513. We're hitting some highs here. We can go ahead and secure some profit. All right, 20-ish. FNHC still holding. ATXI coming back down to the 20 EMA. Again, we could take a play off the 20 EMA just to, enhance our position size. BMRA does not look like it's curling yet. We saw BRLT with a nice curl up, going from 644 to almost $7 there. So we still have about the same range as BMRA there, but not really doing a whole lot with it. We do have a couple other things we could look at. I want to take a look at AGFY because we saw that fly absolutely nuts that one day. I think we made like 70% off it or something crazy. Maybe even more. So far looking pretty good. 96 cents to $1.07 is a good range, so we'll keep this one open for sure. Looking for a small pullback on it. Lays back down a little bit. ATXI not doing a whole lot. IMRA looks like it's breaking down. So we saw it hit that 364 level and it broke down quite dramatically, actually back down to 340. Got 348 on it. You could take that as a cut at 344 if you want to secure, whatever profits you walked away with. However, if you're not thinking about that, you're kind of relying on this 340 support line. Does not hold. So hopefully you took an early cut on that. ATXI looking like it might. It's got to do something here. This is looking like a consolidation. There's not a lot of pressure building on either direction. That's too noticeable. MACD is still pointing down a little bit. We've got lays here looking good. FNHC still waiting for that breakdown at least a little bit more. I'd like to get in 0.39. I don't know if that's going to happen, but kind of hoping it does. Jumping in again on ATXI, yeah. So if you want to, you can get in around that 20 EMA, this blue line here. It's holding pretty steady on that. We're hoping that this breaks out soon, so I still have a lot left, so I'm not really worried about taking another entry. If it dipped down to maybe VWAP, I'd consider adding more to my position. But yeah, if you don't have a position on this yet, starting out on that 20 EMA is not bad. All right, so AGFY had a slight dip here. I feel like this could be a stock that runs, so I think I'm going to go ahead and buy in. It's a little risky because we are up pretty high on this, but we could go for a 104 entry. Go for maybe a 115 price target and then a $1 stop. Would make me pretty happy, actually. Gets us right where we want to be. That gives us a 4% stop. AGFY. Okay. Lay's looking pretty good, hitting that 520 area. 525. ATXI still kind of not really going anywhere. We do have IMRA looking like it wants to come back, but we haven't even broken bullish on the MACD yet, which is kind of weird. FNHC, I'm still looking for a 0.39. I don't even care if it was like just a slight 0.39. Like it could be 0.3989 for all I care. As long as I get that, I would be pretty happy with it. It doesn't look like it wants to give it to us, which is kind of an issue for me. AGFY at 107 currently. Almost 108. So if you got in 104, 105, 108 is not looking too bad to start your scale out. That's 3%. So taking some profits, AGFY 109, since we're already there. Just to scale out a little bit of our position size here. There we go. Fumbled that pretty hard, but I think it worked in my favor. First hold and fail. Oh, you got. There's FNHC at the 0.38, so that's kind of where we want to see FNHC. This could be a breakdown on it, but I want to take that chance on FNHC. 0.38-ish, I'm going to say, because 0.39 is not bad either. We're going to go for a 0.44 and then a 0.37. So, I mean, if you get in 0.38, 0.37 is looking good. If you got in 0.39, you might have to move it up to 0.38 at the bottom, which, you know, is kind of risky, but I wouldn't really say to give it a 2-cent stop. It's too close to that range where it's just too loose of a stop. We're hoping for that bounce here on this. ATXI still isn't really showing us much. Same with IMRA. It does look like it's starting to curl up, but we're not seeing any price action to accompany that, which is an issue. Lays is starting on its way down. FNHC hopefully on its way up. Finger, nah. BMRA is not doing much. BRLT is not doing much. We're up at 110 here on AGFY. Hit 111 there. So let's say maybe 112, 113, 114, something like that. We'll start to think about scaling out some more of the position size. Yeah, so far things are looking okay. Lays is going to be kind of slow. On FNHC, I'm in. Yeah. All good. I do that too when I'm typing. Fingers, it's okay. It's got a small range here, so we're looking at you know, basically 890 to 910. So I'm not really liking the range on this. It's not anything that's going to make us any money, so I'm just going to close it down. Same with here. It's losing price action. We don't want that. Seb's not doing anything. We can close that one down. You know, we have BMRA here. It could do something, but hasn't yet. BRLT's been doing stuff, but again, the range is, you know, 640 to, you know, 695. So it's not terrible, but it's not something that's going to make us huge money. It's kind of the same thing with Lays. It's, you know, we made a couple cents off. We made about 25 cents off it or something, but hopefully starts working in our favor a little bit better here. So 0.40 on FNHC, every cent's going to be about 2% here, 2 and a bit. So at 0.40, we can start to look at taking at least a little bit off the table. So profit, profit, FNHC, 0.40, just to secure something. ATXI, still holding on that 20 EMA so far. I would not add more until I see a breakdown to VWAP. AGFY 111, almost 112. We're pushing 113 here, so let's take some more profit. Profit. AGFY 114. So we're looking pretty good on AGFY. We're at 117 here, so if you haven't secured yet, make sure you're doing that. We're pushing 118. I'm taking some out here. 119. All right, cool. I'll take it. That is definitely past PT, so we're going PT, AGFY. Obviously not going to put out them scaling out again because I just said I'm scaling out. But yeah, if you scaled out 114, 120, definitely a good place to be scaling out again. If you held off a little bit on your scaling out, you're still probably going to walk away somewhere. 124, I'm going to be scaling out again. Huge profit on AGFY right now. More than I anticipated anyway. Let's take a look here. So that was, what did we get on AGFY at? 104. So currently right around that 20 cent or 20% gains on AGFY. Looking pretty good. ATXI starting its breakdown, it looks like, or at least some sort of pullback. If we look on the 5-minute, what's it look like? Yeah, it looks like a pullback. We're likely to see this back down to the 344 range, which is okay. It's kind of where we expected to see this on the pullback with the 1-minute scale as well. FNHC starting to pull down to 0.38. Remember, our stop is 0.37 here, so getting in a risky area. MACD is very oversold here, so we're hoping to see some buying action on that. AGFY hits 126. I'm probably looking for about 128 before I take some more profits on that. Peggy's looking okay. Let's take a look. Oops, that's not what I meant. Peggy, there we go. Going from about 636 to a high there, 660. So yeah, we got about 30, maybe 35 cent range. It's not bad. That's definitely doable. It is uptrending, so that's nice too. This candle's not looking so hot, so oh yeah, and it closed. This is just gonna tank, isn't it? Wow, it's got some volatility. Yep, that's for sure. Kind of broke the trend cycle there, but that's okay. That's not looking too bad. We haven't seen a complete breakdown from the 200 yet. Looks like a good quick scalp opportunity if you can get in at like 638 and then out around 660. FNHC, nice green candle there, brings us back. ATXI still holding on that 20. Will not give it up. IMRA is just super, super weak right now. I'm glad we walked away with some profit on that. AGFY hit 127, so very, very close to our next scale out. Maybe you scaled out, maybe you didn't. We're probably due for a decent pullback on this, which could happen at any time. BRLT's not doing a whole lot here. FNHC went from literally like 40 cents back down to 38, so starting to see some volatility at least on that. ATXI bands are starting to tighten. We've only taken profit once on this, so I'm still not really like too concerned with making sure that we get another position on this. However, I didn't put a stop in it, so what was our stop? It was 330. So our stop's going to be right here. Morning was too hectic, forgot that. AGFY, starting to see that pullback. Peggy's not looking too bad. You know what? I don't think Peggy's going to break down past that 200. I really don't. We are seeing it be bearish for the first time this morning so far, but I think it's not the worst option in the world to buy into Peggy. I think there's profits to be made there. Although I like AGFY's pullback as well. We could probably take both of these if we want to. I'm gonna look to get a good position on Peggy. So I mean, a good position is probably gonna look like it being close to this 200, so maybe 640. Gonna aim. I would like to hit 670 on that just to give it a solid 30 cents there. And then maybe a 620 stop loss. Yeah, see, 620 seems kind of unreasonable. I'm gonna go 625 just to satisfy my risk reward ratio. As far as levels go, we're probably gonna see some resistance around here. Probably see some resistance around there. Probably see some support here. That should be good. ATXI still holding. It looks like it might start to take off here. FNAC, we're still hoping for 0.44 out of this. 0.42 is probably looking like a good place to scale out a little bit. AGFY is heading back down now. We're probably going to see this hit the 20 before we see any sort of support. Let's see. As far as the momentum alerts go, it's mostly IMRA and Lays, and that's funny because IMRA is really not doing a whole lot so far. Seems some volatility. Could be a sign that this is the bottom here, which looks pretty true actually for the most part. So maybe we buy into IMRA here. This is going to be kind of risky. I don't really like taking things that are just on a pretty massive downtrend, but catching the bottom of these can be pretty fruitful. So aim for about 330. 335 is also reasonable. We're going to go for maybe 350 on it to start, and then just a 320 stop, I think, because we don't want to see this break down much further. So 320 is going to be, even 320 is kind of a large stop. I'd probably be looking to cut if it breaks down from this 327 support. AGFY holding here. BRLT is breaking the $7 mark here, so that's nice. AGFY, nothing there yet. Peggy's looking pretty decent. It's slowly coming back. ATXI still looking like it's getting ready to take off. Any second here. Remove this up. All right, so IMRA is not looking too bad. On the 5-minute, this is looking like the end of the pullback. Yeah, 2 minutes looking pretty good. Got a ways to go on this before we start taking more profits. Lays all the way down to the 200 again. Around 490. That's basically where we bought in, so we're still holding some of this. Maybe we'll hope for that 200 bounce. AGFY is now hitting that 20 EMA. We're maybe going to see this down to the VWAP and I'd be looking for a return after that, but we're right on that 0 threshold right now on that MACD, and that could mean that this is going to dump. So we'll give it a minute. We'll see if it retraces or bounces, and we'll go from there. Could be a recovery play on Lays. It's got an okay range, 490 to about 520 something. So you're looking at about 30 cents on a $5 stock. It's not bad. I'm still holding a bit of it, so I'm not really too inclined to take it as a recovery play, but I mean, it does look like it could. FNHC is going to stop us out on the rest, so it's a good thing we took at least a little bit of profit on that. AGFY definitely looks like it wants to come back from here, so I think I'm going to get ready to jump in AGFY. Probably looking at about $1.11 on it for an entry, $1.25 PT, and $1, I don't know, $1.08. Dollar, yeah, let's go $1.08. Yeah, I think this is going to turn around. So hopefully that's the case. $1.08 does not give us a ton of room, but should be good enough if we start to see this turnaround. Lays so far is looking okay. ATXI is breaking out a little bit. We're seeing it break into a new high here, so well, new high of the recent lows anyway. BRLT is not doing a whole lot. AGFY, hopefully we see that turnaround. Peggy hopefully starts to see some action on that as well. IMRA really needs another bump in momentum here. Just about to break positive on that MACD. FNHC just totally given up here. BMRA we're not going to be playing. Lays with a complete breakdown into stops. So we'll be stopping out of the remainder of Lays. ATXI is looking good. 383. This is about where we took profits the first time around. So we're hoping for maybe like $4 would be great to take profits on the next bit. AGFY looking all right. Where am I in on IMRA? On IMRA, I'm in at 334. All right, so we're almost 390 here on ATXI. AGFY 115. If you got in $1.11, it's looking pretty good to take profits. I'm going to go ahead and say take some profits. 115 AGFY. 115, 116, something like that. Ooh, messed that up pretty good. Okay, so Peggy's up a little bit. ATXY or ATXI here is breaking just about $4, so we can look at taking profits here. Taking profits, ATXI, 395-ish, $3.95 to $4. I'm not too keen on taking it right at $4 because it'll be a psychological barrier. So I'm not really quite sure if we'll hit exactly that number, but you know, we could. But I'm happy to secure some on the way up. 397. IMRA really not going anywhere very fast here. AGFY, small breakdown. Lay's not really looking like it's going to do a whole lot here. Yeah, one of these days Peggy's going to go. I was expecting to see some of this volatility when we bought in, and the second we bought in, it's basically been dead. So that's not good. Come on, ATXI. Let's see, $4. IMRA with a nice spike there up to 345. Not a bad place to take a little bit of profit. There you go, man. There you go. That's all you need. Just end the day green. You know, people kill for like 1 or 2% of their account a day. Like for actual traders, that's not bad. That's pretty good. So it's funny when you see people that come in with the expectation they need to be making like 50% a day or something, and you really don't need that. Taking profits, IMRA around that 345 area. ATXI breaks at $4 finally. We should see a little bit of a push here. So up to 405. Lay's looking like it might start to come back. This could be a dead cat bounce, so we're going to have to get through quite a bit of resistance here to actually see this start to come back. Hey, there you go. That's pretty good. ATXI and Lay's, nice. Yeah, there's always going to be more profit on the table, but yeah, there's a fine line between, you know, taking the low-hanging fruit and then risking it all for some, you know, extra gains. And sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't, but yeah, the best thing you can do is just quit when you're happy with your profits and walk away. It always sucks a lot worse when you hit your stops and then you lose all your profits. What about FNHC? It's looking okay, I guess. It looks like it's starting to come back. I really wouldn't consider this bullish until we cross that 200 line, which is the yellow one. So I think we're a ways away from that. AGFY is stopping us out on our remainder here, so it's a good thing we secured some profits there as well. Hit 1 stop loss, 3 wins. There you go. You were there and Peggy cut it in half? Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, big drop. That'll happen. You get it back. IMRA's, yeah, touched that 345 area, so hopefully secured at least a little bit of profits. That's why it's so important to secure profits on the way up with stocks, especially the only real thing is if, you know, you're in a day and everything's running, then you're kind of looser on when you take profits, but on days like today where we're seeing stuff like that's looking good and all of a sudden then it's not looking good, and it's happening on multiple stocks, it's always good to take profits a little bit early, and I think that saved us quite a few times today already. Saved us with Lays, that's for sure. FNHC, it saved us. Peggy really didn't get anything out of it, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Once it runs a bit. Yep. You get the full run on Lays. It happens, yeah. Yep, stop loss on Peggy's been hit. Well, just barely touched, I guess. I don't know. It kind of depends on if you had the exact same stop loss or not. For me, it did hit. So I have stopped out on it. Can go ahead and put that in there. Okay. AGFY still looks like it's going to come back. I want to kind of give it another chance. We're seeing that curl up now. AGFY. $1.09. I'm going to go for $1.18 on this with $1.20 $1.06 stop. So again, we're looking at, maybe 2 or 3 cents for a stop. You can move this up as high as, technically 5 cents, but I don't think we need that much room. And if we're at least somewhat right on these scalps with AGFY, we're walking away pretty profitable with it. So hopefully that's the case again. ATXI did reach 406, looking good there. Coming back down on the 9 EMA, hoping it holds the 9 because that'd be pretty bullish, but I think it might come down to the 20 here. Lace is just full of dead cat bounces right now, not really doing a whole lot. FNHC, it's starting to get close to that 200. I don't think it's quite there yet. I wouldn't call this bullish. The volume's still pretty sporadic on it, so not really there on that. Peggy's with a complete breakdown. AGFY is looking good at 112. So if you got in 1.9 or 110, 112, 113, this is looking like a good place to secure some profits. We actually almost hit, I think we hit 114 there for a second. Let's see. It's just about, there it is. All right, cool. Secured some at 114. Hopefully we see higher. This looks like a pretty solid bounce. We're about to break bullish there on the MACD. 115 right around the corner. Yeah, I gotta make sure you watch the news for ES for sure. 116. I took it 114, so I'll take a little bit more at 116 here. AGFY 116. 116, 117, something like that would be good. ATXI down pretty good here. IMRA looking like it's finally making that push that we wanted to say. 350 is not looking too bad to secure a little bit more. Just to, for the sake of actually securing it. Securing more profit. 350. Even though it's only really a couple cents more than our last little area there. It's not moving fast enough for me to really want to wait half an hour to see some fills on that. AGFY still looking good. ATXI still looking good. IMRA is looking not bad. At least it's uptrending now. 116 there. I think we touched 117. Just about. Yeah, looks like we're looking at all the right stuff. Got WNW popping up again today. This hasn't really been something super playable for us. $1.52 to $1.70, so basically the same range we saw this at yesterday, I believe. Oh no, the high was $1.50 last time, so still uptrending over a majority of time here. This could actually have been a good swing. However, I'm not really seeing too much in terms of the day trade potential. We're seeing some gappy price action, not a lot of volume. Silver we could take a look at, yeah. It's a little bit gappy, this, but yeah, it's a little gappy. Price action's kind of there. Spread's not bad. Be looking at a range maybe from 317 to 330, so it's, it's not bad. Maybe if I'm desperate. I think we still have better options to choose from right now. Peggy's starting to come back. AGFY still looking decent. ATXI looks like it's probably going to be going for that $4 range again soon. MACD still heading down, which is good because we're not giving up the price action here, the levels. And IMRA is looking half decent. Let's see what else we got going on here. A lot of like half grain stuff. Yeah, nothing really new. We shall see. Let's see. Where are my pings coming from? Oh, there we go. Okay, GFY looks like a nice consolidation right now. ETXI is looking pretty good. Peggy's, it's coming back. Should have played that recovery actually from 613 to 630, but again, not really a lot of room there. Sober's still looking a little iffy. Lays could be coming back. Again, we're gonna have to break into this next high though, so we're looking at probably like a 480 to confirm this is turning back around. Is IMAX finally dying out? That would be good to see because it's kind of boring to play, and I really don't like the price range it's at. Yeah, I think yesterday I hit $1.11 or something, right? Or I mean $11. Um, yeah, IMAX down to I don't know. It looks like it might be finding a floor around that like 980 area, but like this has a lot of room. It could move down. Right? Because over here, what do we see? Do we have any resistance? Yeah, it looks like we probably hit some resistance in this $11 area. Might find some more at 12, and then you'll probably see some more 1360 or so. But yeah, it could be done for now at least. AGFY back at the 116. It looks like it wants to go. Volume's kind of low right now though. What do we have for trades? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we got time for one more trade on something. Not really sure what that is quite yet. Maybe Lays if we can break through that 480. 117 on AGFY. $354 here. We saw a big jump there to 360 on IMRA. Make sure you're securing some profits. We're up pretty good on that. A lot more than we thought. So 360-ish. And we're going to see if IMAX starts breaking down from this level here. That 980 mark, we'll probably see this drop pretty significantly. Not that that was like a super strong level or anything, but there's not a lot below that, right? We probably won't see a bottom until bottom at $9 after that. Okay, AGFY in that top band curling in, so we're looking at a consolidation here. ATXI still kind of struggling to break that $4 mark again. We could take a look at some of these less I don't know what you want to call it, less good stocks, less profitable stocks. MLKN. Nope, nothing there. BMRA, I'm pretty sure we already looked at. Yeah, nothing there. ABUS. Nope. GGE. Early on, it looked like it had something going for it. Stock. Nope. Not going to bother the things that are in the red or white, so I think that's basically it. We're just stuck playing what we got. AGFY hitting its consolidation, ATXI. I would still like to see this drop down at least a little bit more so that I could get an entry, but this looks like something we could probably, if you get a good entry on it, you could probably hold for a long period of time here. This is a nice breakdown, 360. I'm going to take that. ATXI 360, gonna go for at least $4 off that, and then a 345 stop. Can't really, yeah, man, 340 is 20 cents. Yeah, I'm gonna go 345. That stop up to 345. Actually, you know what? I still need that stop at 330 for the remainder of the last one. This looks like it could be a good recovery off the VWAP line, so hopefully we see a hasty recovery here. We did just break bearish on that when that fell, but it held at VWAP nicely, so yeah, I got in. That is ATXI. $364 was the fill. Pretty hasty. I probably could have waited a little bit longer and maybe changed my mind on this if it fell through, but it looks like it's going to start recovering. 366 for you, that's not bad. AGFY looking to hit that 3 or 117 mark, maybe even touch that 118 again. We might see this up to what I want to see it back to 125 is what I want to see. Hopefully, if we see ATXI back to $4 after that dip, that looked like probably either a whale selling off or institutional selling. So we'll see. Sober's just completely broken down. IMUX fell from that 980 level, so we'll likely see this down at the bottom of 9. IMRA still looking half decent for the remainder. See. AGFY hitting that 119 area, almost there, just touching that 120 area. From where we took profits at 116, if that's where you took profits last, 120 is looking pretty good, so I would definitely suggest taking some more around that 120 area. ATXI still holding on VWAP. It is looking a little bearish, but you know what? It looks like we're oversold off this, so we'll probably, unless this is just going to turn bearish on us like immediately, then I think we're likely to see a recovery. Breaking VWAP, not necessarily the best sign. Might start moving back up here. We're still holding a decent amount of volume. I just wish that those were buying volume and not selling volume. Seeing some buyers step up at this level, though. I think people are seeing the value in it. IMRA almost back to the 360 level. AGFY almost back to 120. Lays not doing anything. Sober continues to break down a little bit. Right off the 200, though, that could be... Nope, never mind. I was going to say that could be something good, but that was pretty volatile all the way down to $3 there. AGFY 3 or 119 there. ATXI still struggling. We're seeing some slight green. On the 5-minute scale, this is looking like just an over-exaggerated pullback, I think. So hopefully we're fine with where the stop is at. But time will tell, I guess. We haven't broken down further yet, so that's good. I'd like to see this start to move up, though. 121 AGFY, we hit 122 there. So like I said, anywhere in that 120 range is going to be good. So on ATXI, I have this new position is 345. The runner from the last position is going to be 330. And we're going to take some profits on AGFY here, 122. Taking profits, AGFY, 122. All right, ATXI, anytime now you can stop breaking down so we can start seeing some profits on this. IMRA is still looking good. Getting real close here. Yeah, there's some buyers stepping up. Not a lot, though. Probably not enough. Gonna need a new influx of buyers. Nope. All right, so stopping out on that ATXI play. We'll see if I would have saved us because I was thinking maybe we got 430 or 335 stop. So I'm wondering where this would have stopped and bounced. All right, ATXI. Wiped out by ATXI. Yeah, it's a heartbreaker. That's going to bounce right off that support area, isn't it? We're going to find out. Anyways, we can remove that stop. We still have the runner, but wiped out a pretty good portion of that position there. AGFY hit that 122 level a couple times, heading back down. We actually got a good win on AGFY there, another 10%. That's why it's kind of an important skill to eventually learn how to take multiple plays at the same time and manage them, because putting all your eggs in one basket, like if we put all our eggs into ATXI here, we could have been missing out on AGFY pretty fast. And then you're taking a loss, not offsetting it with any wins. Sober continues its breakdown. FNHC's been doing nothing. Lays looks like it might come back. Really slow though. Red day for you? Yeah, it happens. It happens. Fridays are generally red days. Fridays are a lot harder to play. And then when you got news coming out and stuff, it's even harder. Fridays used to be good days to play the stock market. Recently, it's been okay, I guess. Wouldn't say it's anywhere near the best. I think usually Tuesdays or Wednesdays are the best. Yeah, ATXI is totally going to turn around after hitting that support line. Should have just given it that little bit extra room. Let's see. Yeah, I bet he's still in too, yeah. Come on, AGFY. Push to 125 and I'll be happy for the day. Bigger position at 330. Well, hopefully, yeah. I've seen some green. Yeah, experience is worth the money. Always sucks though when you go from green to red. That's why when you're first starting out and you're not like a super confident trader, it's always better to end your day green. So even if it's just like you could hop in and in the first 5 minutes, if you're green, sometimes it's best just to take that and walk away. Especially if you're having a consistent problem where you're turning from green to red, then it's always good to just cut it early and be like, okay, this is good enough for today. Yeah. You're down today, Necro? Are you still holding ATXI? Yeah, it's totally going to bounce right off that support line. So far, anyway, it's looking like it. MACD's starting to pick up. We got some decent volume. Got some buyers stepping back up. It's looking okay. Oh, you made a sleep pre-market trade. Pre-market trading is really risky. It's risky business. When you're trading market hours, we're the big fish, educated retail traders. When you're trading pre-market, we're the small fish. You got all the institutional traders hunting you down, taking advantage of you with their expensive equipment and extra tools that we're not allowed. You usually short it. Yeah. I don't like the fact that you can't have a stop loss. That's the reason I don't play it. And because I literally have to get up at like 2 in the morning to play pre-market, and I can't fathom doing that. Limit stop, yeah, you can do a limit stop, but it's the problem with the pre-market is usually the price fluctuations happen so fast, and the not being able to market stop is just terrible. Like I can't. It's hard, right? Sometimes it'll work, but if you get caught in an instance where it blows past your limit stop and it keeps going, like you're just screwed. You're just screwed. It's so hard. Yeah, it's an added amount of risk I don't really like, and then you have to factor in that you're mostly playing against the institutional traders, and they buy and sell in large quantities, right? So that's why the limit orders aren't necessarily the best option because you have stuff that jumps up and down in price so fast that it could easily stop you out. Looks like ATXI is breaking down from that support anyway, so you know what? I'm okay with my stop then. That makes me feel a little bit better. Um, Hopefully it stops before we stop on our runner. We don't have a lot left in this last little bit anyway, but is what it is. I might get stopped out too. AGFY is gonna still keep going. I'm still holding on to some AGFY. I think I'll probably keep doing it even after we're done for a little bit anyway. See what happens with it. Same with IMRA, we're almost up to the 370 area on this. We're actually breaking to new highs of market open here, which is good. We're probably going to see a pullback on this, but I'm still holding on to some. You just short the pops on stupid news, yeah. Yeah, you win some, you lose some. You can't be green every day, Necro. You're getting greedy with that. You gotta let other people be green too. Making people feel bad seeing your 30-day win streaks and such. Not even professional traders get that all the time. I'm Murray with the dip. Want to be green one day, yeah. No kidding. Takes time and patience, and gotta have the right amount of discipline. It's difficult because it's like it's a right mixture of a lot of different things, and you're born with it or you have to mold yourself to it. And you have to mold if you have to mold yourself to it, it's a little bit more difficult because you don't really know what the right levels of risk are, or the right levels of discipline, or when you need to be breaking your rules, or like I know most people say just don't break your rules, but there's always like a case to be made for situations that require you to break your rules. Like sometimes I break the 3% stop rule because I know that if I give it a little bit more room, it'll be worth it. Sometimes, yeah, there's a lot of little things here and there, and you pick it up along the way. I think one of the most important things is making sure you're going over the trades that you took during the day, especially on days where you ended red, and be like, hey, what went wrong? What could I have done better? What can I do better next time? Because that's the only real way to improve is to make sure you understand what you did wrong and what you could do better next time, or like come up with a solution, or change your strategy a little bit to accommodate the market, all that good stuff. Where does ATXI turn around? This stop is basically right on a support area as well. You hold losers too long? Yeah, but we know that's your issue. We know that. It just happens to work out for you like 90% of the time, where if you hold long enough, it comes back. Which is fine, except when it doesn't, and then you're down big. Exactly. Yeah. We've had lots of people that do that too, where, they don't take stops and they'll just hold, and like it depends on like to what level you hold to. Like some people, they don't have, well, I don't know, I would call it the mental fortitude to cut a trade once you're down big enough. So taking like a 3% cut, it's pretty easy to do. It's not going to break your bank. If you take a 10% cut, that's a different story. That's starting to hurt, or a 20% cut or something, right? So like there's some people that just won't take the cut when I have a stop level. It'll keep going down, and they'll say, "Oh, it'll come back up. It's okay." It'll be down 20%. Then I'll hear from them like a week or two later, and they're like, "Hey, remember that stock we played like 2 weeks ago?" Be like, "Yeah." Like, do you think it's gonna come back? And I'll look and it'll be down like 50 or 60%. I'll be like, why? And they're like, oh, I'm still holding it. It's like, okay, well, you created a bag for yourself and now you're really in the hole on it. So you have to have the mental fortitude to, if you play the game like that, you got to be able to stomach the risk with it as well. And like, yeah, it's going to work out 90% of the time that things will come back. But if it doesn't work out, you have to have the mental fortitude to cut it before it gets to, ridiculously bad levels. Or have like rules in place. Like, doesn't matter what it's at the end of the day, you have to cut it, or, something like that. Because holding bags just ties up money for no reason. And then, normally, especially with these penny stocks, if it ran and then it dumped, it'll probably just keep dumping. Like, I've had people who played stuff like TCAT all the way to $40 from like $2, and then they buy it at 40 and they hold it back down to like $8 or something. It's just ridiculous. Like, gotta have those levels to cut at some point, because things don't just keep going up forever, especially these stocks. They get pumped and we play the pump and then it's gone. ATXI is curling, and it's nice to see. We didn't get stopped out on our runner, so this could be another good one. AGFY still looking good as well. IMRA is looking pretty good. I would probably stay away from Peggy and Lays, because those don't really look like they have too much volume or price action right now. FNHC could come back, but again, really low volume, so not really worth it. Sober, not worth it. IMUX. It did come back, actually. I expected a much bigger dip than down to 950. I thought it was going to hit bottom of $9 there, but I guess there's a little bit of support here at 950, so must have bounced off that. But again, I don't know if you want to play that. It could be worth it if you go from 950 to 1050, but that's basically it. It's not, the range is not good enough on the stock to really make it worth it. So realistically, you're probably looking to play just AGFY, ATXI, and IMRA. Those would be the three best ones. Do you try it again? I mean, it's looking pretty decent. It's not quite bullish yet, but like, it's got a lot of recovery potential here. Anyways, let's go over the tracker quickly, and then I'll let you guys go for the day. Made $440 today, so not bad. We're pretty much stagnating around that 400, $500 a day mark, which isn't really what I wanted. I'm used to more compounding gains, but again, it's gonna happen real slowly with this kind of account, so not bad. We still made 3% on the port for today. That brings us up to 15K. So this is where I was thinking we would be by the end of the month. So we're doing pretty good on that. Got an 80% win rate. If we can hold 80%, I'm pretty happy with that. We just need to take only 2 losses a day out of the 10 trades. So hopefully we continue with that. As far as percentage gains for the day goes, it looks like 65%. So it's actually worse than yesterday, which is kind of balls. But it is what it is. Took a good win on ATXI and AGFY a couple times here. AGFY has paid off pretty good. We still have some left in AGFY. This IMRA play is actually going pretty well. We still have some left in that as well. So we could see some extra profits out of that. But yeah, other than that, it wasn't too bad. I mean, as far as the Friday goes anyway, it's been okay. If you guys continue to play, make sure you take a look at these 3 stocks. There might be some new stuff that pops up too, but these are the 3 ones that look like they at least have some momentum left in them, so they might carry over into the lunch hour trading and whatnot. But besides that, I will see you guys Monday, and I will see my student, I think today. I think it's Friday this week. Yeah, so we'll have our meeting today at noon PST. But yeah, for the rest of you guys, I will see you on Monday. Take care, guys.